guys, how are we doing today? Good, awesome. My name is Emily McFadden, and I am one of the many instructors here who have had the pleasure of working with both the Lee and the Liffey Group this year at the Riverdance Summer School 2025. So we're so excited to be able to help you guys celebrate what was an incredible week of hard work for these dancers. And I think I speak on behalf of all the instructors here when I say we are so amazed and blown away by not only the dancing that these guys displayed, but also their displays of kindness, helpfulness, and compassion for each other. These guys are not only incredible dancers, but they are incredible people. And we all hope that when the curtains close at the end of this showcase, they can walk away with a new sense of connection and confidence. And maybe a few sore feet, but anyways. Just a few housekeeping bits. The way this showcase is run is every dance is run twice through. So what I mean when I say that is if you don't see your dancer the first time around, don't panic. They will more likely than not appear in the second half, so just so you know. I just want to take a minute to note all of the emergency exits here. We have an incredible staff team in the unlikely event of an emergency. Our Gaiety staff here will be able to help us out if needed. And then the last note I have here is we have professionals recording this entire performance from beginning to end. And so I encourage all of you to put the phones away, put the cameras away, turn off the TikTok live stream, and just really embrace this moment, take it all in, and just really appreciate all the hard work that these guys have put in to be able to be here today. We all are so appreciative of you guys coming out to support these guys. And with that said, I'd love to introduce the Lee and Liffey Groups here for the Riverdance Showcase 2025.
Out of the dark we came, out of the night, the first of many mornings in this new place. When the sun rolled back the mist, we rose like a strong wave on land. Now we were the people of this place. What burns through the rain and mist? What banishes dark? What makes the children straight and bright? What makes the mountain sharp? The sun is our Lord and Father, bright face at the gate of day. Lifting our hearts, we sing His praise, dance in His healing rays. Thunder and lightning batter the rocks. The winds howl and great storms break on the forest, scatter the herds like grain. Fire leaps from dark to dark, fear and anger leap to meet it. We will not go down. We will not be beaten down like grain. Out of the dark we came, out of the night, the first of many mornings in this new place. When the sun rolled back the mist, we rose like a strong wave on land. Now we were the people of this place. What burns through the rain and mist? What banishes dark? What makes the children straight and bright? What makes the mountain sharp? The sun is our Lord and Father, bright face at the gate of day. Lifting our hearts, we sing his praise, dance in his healing rays.
tears are coming on her. A thousand tears are coming on her. And she was stuck on dancing. She was stuck on dancing. And her money's name was Mississippiana Livia, Mississippi, Mississippiana Livia, Mississippi, Mississippiana Livia, River Liffey, River Liffeyana Livia.
everybody. Sorry for that delay. Didn't these guys do amazing? We would like to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you for attending today's showcase and for bringing the Summer School 2025 to a close. It's been an incredible 6 weeks. We've had 2 weeks in Boston and 4 weeks here in Dublin, and this is the longest running program this year that we've had of the Summer School. And you know, it's really all thanks to you guys. You come back year after year, or whether it's your first time here, and you provide so much motivation, inspiration, not only to yourselves and to each other, but to all of the juniors that attend and to all of us instructors. It's really special to get to see you guys grow over the course of the week, and I'm sure all of your parents and all of your teachers and friends watching are so proud of you guys, so you should be so proud of yourselves. Can we have a huge round of applause? To all of our amazing instructors, you guys can come on stage. All of these guys have been here for, some of them, 4 weeks, and we have people, I think, up in the dress circle, and then people that are actually on tour in the UK right now that have been working. As some of you would have heard in the earlier showcase, these guys put everything into helping these kids. It fills our cup to see them grow throughout the week, and they've come in every day with a good attitude and ready to learn and to push themselves, and we're just so thankful for all of you guys, and a huge well done to our incredible instructors. Could we please turn the house lights on? And could we have anybody that's a teacher please stand up in the audience? It doesn't have to be an Irish dancing teacher, it can be a school teacher, any kind of a teacher. If you guys wouldn't mind standing up. Yeah, don't be shy. So to each and every one of you, all of you guys are our first educators, you know, whether that's in an Irish dancing class or in a classroom in school. And you inspire us to want to be better and to want to be here this week. Most of us wouldn't have started our Irish dancing career if it wasn't for your help, your push, your belief in us, and all of your encouragement. And that continues right up until, really we carry it for life, so it continues for our whole life. So thank you for being that foundation that helps us build a career and make all of our dreams come true. And we hope that even on the hard days, days like this are a reason and a motivation for you guys to go back into the studio and start again with all of the newer generation that comes up. So thank you to each and every one of you for all of your hard work. To the Gaiety staff, to Sean on sound, to everyone up in the lighting, to Grania and everybody that works in stage management. And thank you so much for all of your guys' support. You make our lives easy on stage, and you have everything so prepped and ready for all of us, as well as to everyone in Liffey Trust and DCU. Thank you for making everything run very seamlessly, and you do such a great job every year. So thank you to each and every one of you. And last but not least, thank you to our producer, director, composer, John McColgan, Moya Doherty, Bill Whelan, as well as Porrick Moyles, who set up the summer school. Your guys' trust in all of us working with these kids and being able to train, hopefully all of you guys that will be up here in our positions one day. Thank you for creating Riverdance and bringing it to new generations, and thank you to you guys. So lastly, again, we just want to thank you for coming to the last showcase of an incredible run this year, and we hope that you guys leave feeling inspired, whether that's to pursue a career in Irish dancing, a professional career in this show or another show, or any walk of life. We want to be your support system, so please feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions. We're here to help, as well as your parents and your teachers and
every single person in this room today is incredibly proud of you. So remember that moving forward. Can we have one final round of applause?